Hello and welcome to another video lesson on bank promotion study regarding the nomination facilities in accounts. So let us start the session. So nomination facilities in accounts. So what is nomination facilities? Banks ask their account holders to make nomination, which mean that they should nominate persons to whom the money lying in their account should go in the event of their death. Nomination can be made in account opening form itself or on a separate form indicating the name and address of the nominee. The account holders can change the nomination anytime. So this means that there is a person who is having an account and some amount is lying in their account. So to whom the amount should be given in the case of the death of the account holder. So the customer is there. So customer on a form will write the name and address of the person to whom that amount will be given. So that is known as the nominee, and this whole process is known as the nomination. Nomination facility was introduced on the recommendations of the Talwar committee. So these are some of the important features of nomination facilities in account. So questions are asked from this. So this first one, that nomination facility was introduced on the recommendations of the Talwar committee. Just a minute. Yes. Then section 45ZA to 45ZF of the Banking Regulation Act 1949 provide for nomination facilities in bank. So these are the section of Banking Regulation Act which pertain to the nomination facility. Nomination facilities are available in deposit account, both domestic and foreign currency accounts, from section 45ZA to ZB. So nomination facility in case of deposit account is from ZA to ZB in respect of articles deposited for safe custody with the bank from section 45ZC to 45ZD, and in locker accounts is from 45ZE to ZF. So we can learn from savings deposit accounts A and B, then safe custody C and D, and locker account E and F. So section 45ZA, 45ZC, 45ZE relate to nomination, change in nomination and cancellation of nomination, whereas the section 45ZB, ZD and ZF state that bank will be discharged of liability by making payment delivery to the nominee. Nomination facility is available in all type of deposit accounts like saving bank account, current account, recurring deposit account, fixed deposit account, foreign currency accounts of individuals and accounts of NRI like NRE, FCNRB and NRO. Account holder in individual capacity or joint account of individuals or a sole proprietorship firm can nominate. So who can nominate? The individuals, joint individuals and the sole proprietorship. If the account is in sole proprietorship firm, so nomination is allowed in sole proprietorship firm account also. The nomination facility is not available in partnership account, HUF, deposit accounts of club, society, limited companies and trust. It is available in sole proprietorship but not available in partnership, HUF, deposit accounts of club, society, limited companies and trust. A minor cannot appoint a nominee. So if the account is of a minor, they cannot appoint nominee. On the behalf of a minor, nomination facility can be exercised by the person legally competent to act on behalf of the minor. Only an individual can be appointed nominee. So who can be appointed a nominee? An individual can be appointed a nominee. The individual can be a minor also, a very old person, or even an insolvent person can also be appointed as nominee. He can be resident or non-resident. However, if nominee is minor, the depositor has to appoint a major person to receive the deposit amount, articles in the safe custody or the locker on behalf of the minor nominee in the event of death of the depositor. There can be only one nominee in case of deposit account, irrespective of the fact whether deposit account is in single name or joint name, and also irrespective of the operating instructions in the joint accounts. So in deposit accounts, there can be only one nominee. In case of articles deposited for safe custody, only one nominee is permitted if the account is in the name of a single person. In case articles are deposited by more than one person, nomination facility is not available. In case of locker account in single name, so this is locker, not looker. In case of locker accounts in the single names or in joint names, where under contract of hire operation is allowed to any one or more locker holders or survivors, nominee can be only one. However, in locker account in joint name where operations are jointly, if the operations are jointly by two or more such hires, more than one nominee can be appointed. Though nomination rules allow more than one nominee in jointly operated lockers, as per IBA, maximum number of nominees in such cases should be 2. Nomination is not allowed in either or survivor locker accounts. So if it is one person, then 1. If jointly operation is there, then maximum as per IBA, it can be 2. And it is not available in case of either or survivor locker accounts. Nomination once exercised can be changed, cancelled or modified by the depositor at any time and any number of times. In case of more than one depositor, all such acts require the joint consent. If there are depositors are more than one, then change of nomination will require the signature of both the joint holders. Right of a nominee start only after the death of depositor, locker holder, safe custody article lodger. The only exception is the nominee in case of jointly operated locker. In that case, right of nominee starts immediately after the death of any of the hirers and contents will be delivered to survivor and nominee. The status of nominee is just like trustee of legal heirs. Nominee is the trustee of legal heirs. He does not become absolute owner of the amount or items lying in the safe custody or in safe deposit vault. Nominee cannot get his name added or get his name substituted or renew FDR. He cannot raise any loan against FDR. However, nominee is entitled to premature payment of deposit and no penalty is levied in effecting premature payment to nominee. When both nominee and legal heirs approach the bank for getting payment after the death of the depositor or locker holder, the bank will make payment to the nominee unless there is a court order to make payment to legal heirs. By making payment to the nominee, bank gets a valid discharge. Formalities for making payment to nominee. In case of death of depositor, nominee has to submit the following document: copy of death certificate, claim form. Identification can be done by first class magistrate or gazetted officer or by a bank officer or any two persons known to the bank. While delivering contents of locker or safe custody, if any sealed packet is found, the same should be delivered without opening. There is no need of fresh nomination in the case of renewal of FDR in case of term deposits. While taking nomination, the thumb impression of the account holder should be attested by two witnesses. However, signature of the account holder in the form DA1, DA2 and DA3 need not be attested by the witness. In the case of accounts in the name of single person, nomination must be obtained. If the depositor does not want to nominate anybody, a letter should be obtained from him in this regard. In case the person opening the account declines to give such a letter, the bank should record the fact on the account opening form before opening the account. Bank should acknowledge the receipt of duly completed form of nomination, cancellation, or any variation of nomination. Such acknowledgement should be given to all the customers irrespective of whether the same is demanded by the customer or not. So the acknowledgement slip of nomination in the account should be given to the account holder. Even the customer is not asking, then also the banker should provide it. Bank should incorporate the legend nomination registered on every passbook or deposit receipt so as to enable the relatives to know that nomination facility was availed of by the deceased depositor. In addition to the legend nomination registered, bank should also indicate the name of the nominee in the passbook, statement of account, FDR, in case the customer is agreeable to the same. In case customer agrees, then the nominee's name can be given in the passbook, account statement and on the FDRs. Settlement of claim in respect of missing person. So who are the missing person when they are considered, how they are governed, that we will see in this particular slide. The settlement of claims in respect of missing person is governed by the provisions of section 107 and 108 of the Indian Evidence Act 1872. As per the provisions of section 108 of Indian Evidence Act, presumption of death can be raised only after a lapse of 7 years from the date of her being reported missing. So when the 7 years have passed, then only we can consider that the death of the missing person. As such, the nominee or the legal heirs have to raise an express presumption of death of the subscriber under section 107-108 of the Indian Evidence Act before a competent court. If the court presumes that she is dead, then the claim in respect of missing person can be settled on the basis of the same. Keeping in view the risk management system, banks may fix a threshold limit up to which claims in respect of missing person could be settled without insisting on production of any document other than FIR and the non-traceable report issued by the police authorities and a letter of indemnity. So that is all regarding the nomination facilities in account. Thank you.